Hey everybody, Kyle here, and welcome back to more Let's Play Mother 3. In the last part, we got through a lot of the village, we talked to a lot of the villagers, met a lot of people, and we are still on our way towards the Sunshine Forest, which is still ablaze, as apparent by the smoke clouds just floating overhead. Before we actually proceed, I want to check our inventory, because we got couple of nut cookies, and we haven't really seen like the description of these yet. So cookie topped with nuts. It's pretty basic. Restores 15 HP, so it's 3 times as effective as a regular nut, and half as effective as nut bread, which makes sense. But yeah, so decent free healing items this early on, and we probably won't even use all those cookies. I'll probably get rid of them before I actually use them. Okay, so we have our first enemy that we can fight here, and I'm gonna so with this game, before we talk about that, we got to talk about this thing right here. So a Mr. Baddie, his music, as you might have heard, sounds a lot like the Batman theme from the original Batman TV series. Yeah, just a nice little thing. Probably very apparent to anyone who's watching this, but yeah, can I get a combo? That's still something I'm gonna have to talk about, but not until later on, because there's a specific enemy that you fight where you have to do combos to defeat it. So I'll talk about it then. But yeah, so in this game you can get back attacks on enemies. And there's if you really want to complete this game 100%, it's a good idea to fight all of the enemies and get back attacks on them at least once. Because doing that lets you see the sprite for their back attack, or for their back. A lot of them are pretty hilarious, and you can see them later on when you get a certain, gallery feature. But one of my goals for this playthrough is going to be to get back attacks on everything. And it's going to be easy for some enemies and really hard for others. So Mr. Baddie is probably one of the most annoying. Now you can fight him later on. So if you happen to miss his back sprite this early on, it's not a big deal. But yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and try to do this, and I'll just cut back when I successfully have done it. So see you then. Oh, okay, so this is the 3rd or 4th Mr. Baddie that I fought, and it was actually enough to get us to level up. So we are now level 8, HP went up by 6, offense went up by 2, defense went up by 2. So those first few stats there are pretty basic. IQ has a lot to do with psychic attacks, which we'll get to later on. Speed is obvious. Okay, so that's it. But yeah, level 8, and I'm still trying to get this, so I will just, like I said, cut back when I do it. So, 1 second. Okay, so after I don't know, it must have been 11, 12 minutes now that I've been trying that to get that back sprite, and it's just not working out. So basically, I didn't really mention this, but to get a back attack, you have to run into the back of an enemy, which can be pretty difficult. But later on, you get a certain ability with a character. A character will meet pretty soon, actually, who can actually turn enemies around so you can view their back sprite. So Mr. Baddie is one of the enemies where you can actually come back to and get his back sprite then. And I didn't really think of that until, about 10 minutes into doing this. So, yeah, oh, she got a back attack on me. Goodness gracious. That's something else that could happen. But yeah, so I'll just worry about this then. But there are going to be some enemies, and I don't know if I really indicated this in my notes, but there's some enemies that you can't come back to. They're only at certain points in the game, and those ones are going to be kind of annoying. But I think we will be okay. Anyways, so don't worry about everything that I just did in the past 3 minutes, or yeah, 3 or 4 minutes. Let's just move on We'll get the back sprites later on. Another thing that I didn't really mention, but you will see on the screen, I'm gonna have like little boxes that are from the guide that basically give you a description of the enemy, and it shows you like their weaknesses and their HP and drops and everything like that. I just think that's a nice little thing to see. That way, if you're following along with this guide, you'll know how to beat the enemies the best way. You'll know what they drop and stuff like that. Because otherwise, I'm not really going to mention that stuff. I'm just going to put it up when I'm editing. But yeah. So, anyways, let's move on. So I came over here to the Kokori Hot Spring. There's no need to rush. 5 seconds rejuvenates. Kokori spring water, an extra syllable. Okay, don't know what that's about. Again, my grammar and stuff like that is lacking very much so. Yeah, but so we have our first introduction of Hot Spring and another Sparrow. We already had a Sparrow tell us about these. Basically, you come in here, you chill, you got your bud just sitting very close to you, your noses are touching, and relaxing in the hot spring made everyone at Flint's party feel alive again. And I'm sure that's not all. But yeah, so you hang out here for a little bit, and the hot spring will actually like completely heal you and restore your what do they call it in this game? NP. Let's see. PP. God, that's right. Jeez, I should have known that. But yeah, it'll fully restore everything for your character, which is very, very, very helpful. So yeah, what else do we have going on here? A present, why not? Aries bracelet. Yeah, there's a lot of these bracelets that you can pick up, and I think they all are like astronomical signs. So yeah, it's kind of neat. Aries bracelet. This is like the basic of the basicest. Bracelet of the Aries zodiac sign. What did I say? Astronomy? I don't know what I fucking said, but I meant to say zodiac. I don't know. Not that it really matters, but so this gives you +3 defense, which is nice. Very nice indeed. We have this guy knocking at a door. So this is Matt. Let's see. His thing is an unassuming local guy with gigantic hair. Well, he's rocking that afro. And he's wondering who is? Isaac? That's a good question. Hope he's not like burning alive in the fire. That would be pretty crazy. Another thing I'm going to start doing after this fight is actually start cutting out battles that I've already, like battles with enemies that I've already fought, as I typically do with any RPG that I play, because it just makes sense. Like, why show the same thing over and over and over again? Like, you only really need to see it once to get the idea. Here's Bronson, an iron worker and take charge guy. Well, he's certainly taking charge by laying there on the ground. He's doing a great job. Oh, Flint. God, I've breathed in too much smoke. Lighter and the sun fuels still aren't back yet. I'm pretty sure that they're stuck inside the forest. Don't worry about me. Go help them. Dang. Well, hopefully we can get to them soon. Oh yeah, be careful here, because if you run into these fires, you will take damage. Yeah. Uh-oh. Another asshole, as I'm gonna call them, unleashing bugs to bring upon the plague to the forest and the villagers. Okay. So that's interesting. Metal box-like object is like here. Huh. Yeah, they're just like trying to burn down the entire fucking forest. Jeez. And here we have a new enemy, a yam monster. Interesting. He looks like he's just popping out of the ground and going, oh. Yeah. These guys are pretty easy. Yam monster attacks. I don't think there's anything too interesting about these enemies. Like I said earlier, you'll see the description of the enemy and all its information on the screen when I first start fighting it, but yeah, and you'll only see that one time. Okay, so if you are like me and trying to get all of the back sprites of the enemies, this is an enemy that you can only fight now. So it's a really good idea to get the back sprite now if you really want to do that. Otherwise, I guess don't worry about it. Oh, okay, see there, I got it. That was pretty easy actually. So that is his back sprite, just chilling there. Now, if I happen to not show an enemy's back sprite on screen for whatever reason, like if I do it, if I get it off screen, you will see the back sprite in the description, or in the enemy description thing that I'll put up on the screen. So that's something that will be nice. Okay. Oh, one thing I did just remember about these guys. I'll go ahead and say it while I'm fighting this one. They do actually drop, or they haven't. No, they don't. Never mind. Welp. I just stopped talking there like I was gonna cut or something, but oh well. Level 10 now. Oh, I forgot to mention that I went up to level 9. While I was still trying to get the back sprite for the Mr. Baddies, but HP went up by 7, offense went up by 3, defense went up by 2, IQ went up by 1, speed went up by 2, and we got a nut bread. I was gonna say that these guys drop baked yams, but I guess they don't, according to my notes. So, yeah, forget that. Okay, more nut bread. I think that's pretty much everything here. Before we actually go on, I want to point out something about the characters. So each character, okay. So each character has different skills, except for the non-playable ones that just join your party and don't do anything. But for Flint, he has Swing, which swing wildly to damage all enemies. That's basically a multi-target physical attack, which is pretty nice. Power Smash, Bash with brute force, misses often. So this is like a forced smash attack that, I mean, I think we've seen a few of those up to this point, but you can use this to try to smash attack, but as it says, it misses often. Toughen Up raises defense, and Strengthen Up raises offense. So very nice things. There's really only one time that I'll use like the buffing skills, but the other skills will become useful very, very soon. You've never seen a bug like this before. Okay. Oh, who do we have here? Lighter? So this is Flint's childhood friend, and this lumberjack is tough as nails, is his description. Hey, Lighter, you alright? Hope so. No, I've breathed in too much smoke. I got the lung poisoning. Flint, oh, and Thomas. Damn it. I try to beat these things up, but more just keep coming. I can't get past them. Guess he's talking about the bugs. Huh. What is that thing? A bug? A bee? Don't know. They're going around the forest lighting fires. But never mind that. Fuel's still at home. What? Fuel's still in your shack? Flint, you go help Fuel. I'll look after Lighter. Oh man, so the kid's just sitting in a building, like in the middle of a fire? That's not good. Lighter's lumber. Flint, if you're gonna use that lumber as a weapon, be sure to equip it first. It's completely useless otherwise. Yeah, make sure you pick that up, because that's actually a really good offensive item. Yeah, it brings up our offense by 4 from where it's at now. Lighter's favorite 2x4. Huh, okay. That's a bit sturdier than a stick. I could see that being a better weapon. But it does lower our speed by 3, which makes sense. Because, I mean, it's a freaking 2x4 that you're lugging around. It's swinging around and stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. They ganging on us. Yes. Oh, here we go. Okay, so the fireflies. Now these things don't have a back sprite, so you don't have to worry about them, because these are like a one-time thing that you fight. So, yeah. Now these guys, it's a good idea to use swing on this one, because you can just hit them all at once, which is nice. The only bad thing about this fight is that you're getting like you're fighting 3 of them, so you're gonna get hit by multiple attacks. But since we've kind of like leveled ourselves up a little bit, because we fought all those Mr. Baddies, like they're not gonna do too much damage, which is good. Wonder what Thomas is doing during this. I mean, oh wait, he's a freaking fireman, I guess. He could have just brought water or something. Or maybe he's not a fireman, but he looks like one. Yeah. Oh, and I missed. I don't know you can miss on a swing. That's interesting. Okay, but there we go. And that's it. 51 experience points. The enemy left a present. Inside the present, there was some nut bread. Okay, I'm glad we're getting all these items, because I used a lot of healing stuff when I was fighting the Mr. Baddies, but whatever. Okay. Let's go find lighter. Or fuel, not lighter. Hup Hup, I really recommend you save now. Will you? Yes. Yeah, so we are basically getting ready to fight what is considered, well, what I consider to be a boss. But, yeah. So I really, just like the frog said, I recommend that you save there. I don't know if he says that for every boss fight, but I don't know. Uh-oh. I'm assuming that's fuel. And there's a mouse. I only said that because I know what it was. I wouldn't know what to say if that thing was just, like, there. What the heck? What? Whoa, what? I never noticed this, but if you go down, or I guess if you just turn your back on the thing, it pops up. What the heck? That thing is taunting me. Now I gotta go kick its ass. But first, gotta eat some nut cookies. Because why not? Okay. You could probably bust it open by ramming into it. Yeah, so this is one of the times of the game where you have to, like, use dash to get through and proceed. So, yeah. Man, this house is, like... This house is done. Like, too much fire. Okay, here we go. A flying mouse. Now, okay, I guess this is a really... I wouldn't really consider it a boss, but it's more like a mini-boss. But, yeah. This thing actually has a back sprite, but you fight it later on, so I'm not even going to worry about it now. And obviously, with this particular fight of it, you can't really even get the back sprite, because you can't get up behind it. Okay, so I'm trying to do power smash here, because I think one smash attack just takes it out. Well, if Flint can actually hit it. Come on. There we go. Good shit. One smash to the face and it's done. One smash with that 2x4 just completely destroys it. Okay. Peculiar cheese. Let's actually look at that cheese real quick. See what's so peculiar about it. Cheese that you either love or hate. HP restored varies from person to person. So, each character either likes or dislikes cheese, and if they like cheese, it heals a lot. If it dislikes, it heals very little, obviously. So, a very interesting healing item. Anyways, let's get fuel out of here before he burns to death. Jeez. A fallen support beam is blocking the way, and again, you have to dash into it. So. That's the second time we've had to use dash, and I think it's like the second to last time we actually have to use it. Mr. Flint. You took fuel into your care. Aw. So, fuel is actually, according to his description, Lighter's optimistic son and a friend of Klaus and Lucas. So, and he's actually like a unique, well, I guess... Not really unique, but he actually does a bit more than some of these other characters that just follow you around. So in battle, he can actually do two things. He can throw rocks at enemies in battle, and it does like 2 or 3 damage. So he's actually trying to help us out. Or he can lend support, which will restore like, I guess 6 to 10 HP, which is pretty decent. I mean, if you're about to die... and he does that, like that would be great. Wah! I'm pitch black and covered in soot, but I'm alive. Oh, you're pitch black too, Mr. Flint. Thank you, Mr. Pitch Black Flint. Thank you so much, Mr. Pitch Black Flint. I think that's supposed to be a joke, but I don't get it. Oh yeah, we need to let my dad know I'm okay. He's probably worried sick about me somewhere. He probably is, man. The house is completely collapsed, yeah. Like I said, that house is done. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and save again. And okay. Will do, Mr. Frog. Can you give me some of that water so I can wipe my face off? I don't even know how Flint is seeing right now because it looks like his eyes are just covered in soot, which is not good. Oh. Holy crap, I just one-shot that yam monster. Holy crap. Jeez. Alright. I'm just gonna run through all these flames because I don't care. There's gonna be a point where we just get automatically healed, I think. So, no worries there. Alright, now, interesting thing, still can't go into that house. We will eventually, and there's something kind of helpful in there, but yeah, if you come to the hot spring and you hang out for a little while, which I don't know how Flint is, like, not submerged in the water unless he's swimming, because he seemed pretty small, but anyways, yeah, it actually washes the soot off of, like, their lower bodies. So, yeah, but their heads are still covered, which makes no sense. I would think that they would submerge their head first off, or at least wipe their face off. Okay. Hey, I don't know who you are, Mr. Pitch Black Guy, but thanks a million for saving fuel. Wow, you're really, really pitch black. I think it's supposed to be insinuated that he's drunk or something, but I don't know. Oh, fuel, Flint. You're pitch black and covered in soot, but you're all right. If you're looking for lighter, Thomas took him to the prayer sanctuary. But wow, you're really pitch black. I don't get it. Oh, and Mr. Flint and Fuel, you're both pitch black, but I knew it was you too the instant I saw you. Huh? Oh, this injury? Actually, about that. Yes, this injury. Abby here was attacked by some bizarre flying mouse thing with bug wings. Now, this little exchange, like, I think it's supposed. I don't know. It just, if you read it a certain way and think about it, it could insinuate like abuse, like he smacked Abby, because she starts describing the injury and then he kind of steps in about it. I don't know. That's me overthinking it, but that's something I noticed like the very first time I read that dialogue. But anyways, who cares? It just went chomp and bit her on the head. That makes sense? If it did, I could explain it to you again. It made sense to me. That was a very easy to understand explanation. Okay, now, yeah, what is supposed to be the injury is just like a pink line across her head. Like, what the heck? There never used to be any creatures like that before that were so hard to... Wait, what? There never used to be any creatures like that before that were so hard to describe. What the fuck? What does that even mean? These things were all flyy, mousy, buggy, and bitey. That was very improper grammar in that last sentence. Anyways. So, let's see. Okay, well, I think there's about to be a cutscene as soon as I go down here. So, I think I'm just going to go ahead and end this video off here. And next time, we'll actually reunite Lighter and Fuel and go from there. So, yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, do all that other good stuff. And I hope you will join me next time for more Mother 3. See you then.